You are now officially tuned in to the No Filter Podcast. We are the truth.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Rakeem Strickland, and I'm the organizer of Family and Friends Living Healthy, a summer Saturday morning walking group. We have a very special guest joining us this evening, but before we begin, if you didn't listen to the previous episode 2 weeks ago, please go back and listen. We had a great conversation with Robert. We had a great conversation. He discussed his acupuncture practice out in Brookline. So please go back and listen this evening. Before we'll be going to my wife, my co-host this evening.
I guess it's my turn. I guess. What up, man? It's yours truly, Carl, a.k.a. Kaz, a.k.a. Mr. Somewhere in America, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Welcome back to the No Filter Podcast. Today is 7/13/26. And like my man said, we got a very, very special guest inside here. This guy, man, if y'all thought real estate connections with Coenia was hot, we about to turn it up a notch some more. And I'm going to introduce this brother. You may have seen this brother been around Boston somewhere. You know, he may have been driving somewhere. He may have been walking in the park because, you know, he does that too. But in case you don't know who I'm talking about, got my man,
Mr. Frank Williams.
Frankie Williams. What's up, brother?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So we're glad to have you join us this evening. Before we jump into this evening's episode, you want to say a little background?
Tell
about
the people
yourself?
about yourself. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Give the people what they want.
Would you like a short bio?
Yeah. Say a couple
Just
things.
A short bio and how we got connected a few years ago.
No, I don't want to talk about that. See, he wants to talk about it. I want to know about your background, sir, because you seem like you've done a lot for Boston.
Born and raised in Roxbury. I went to school in Boston and then transferred out to Metco and then went on to college. My journey in terms of financial literacy started a few years before I retired. I was about to retire and was thinking about getting a home improvement loan.
Ooh.
But I understood that I had to get my financial health in order to do that.
Okay.
At the same time, when I thought about retirement, most of the people that I knew retired and then went back to work in a short amount of time, in some cases within 3 months. And that never made sense to me. Why would you retire from one job and then go get another job?
That's right.
So after getting my financial health in order, I realized I didn't have to go back to work right away.
That's right. He just completed, or he just taught a 4-week financial literacy course. We want to get out of surviving mode. And want to go into thriving mode. Ain't that right, Frank?
Yes. My workshop is called Financial Freedom. The difference between financial freedom and financial literacy is financial freedom looks at the individual first and then goes on from there, where financial literacy, too often, they give you a list of steps to do. The problem is, if you don't understand the reasons behind the steps, you're not going to do them.
Right.
First, a disclaimer before I go any further. I am not a financial planner. I am not a financial advisor. So I don't offer financial advice. What I am is just another brother in the struggle who learned some things along the way. And I want to share what I've learned.
Talk about it.
Come on now.
Talk about it.
Come on now. Yeah, there's too many people. You're right, especially our seniors. They're looking to retire, but they can't. They have to go back to work. It's important to have a retirement account stored away. You want to build on that over the years. So that way, when you retire, you want to be in thriving mode instead of going paycheck to paycheck.
Post the pillar. So, question right off the top, right?
Yeah.
And I promise I'm not going to do too much talking tonight because I know that's what they want.
No, I want to hear from you.
Yeah. So, at what point or what age should someone, do you recommend, what age should someone start thinking about getting into a retirement plan or a
As soon
retirement
as
account?
possible. The problem is the youth, the 20-somethings, the 30-somethings, they have the most important asset and don't realize it. The most important asset is time. With time, you can make money. With money, you can't buy time.
That's right.
The other age group are the seniors, who, for a lot of them, they think it's too late. It's
Right.
never too late to do the right thing.
Right.
I think I said something.
That's right. Come on.
Say it again.
Y'all ain't ready for this.
Come on now.
Again, the title of my workshop is Financial Freedom. The purpose or the goal of the workshop is to show how to move from survival mode to thriving mode.
That's right.
I can break that down for you.
That's right.
Oftentimes, living in survival mode means living paycheck to paycheck. The problem with that, it leads to stress and anxiety,
Yeah.
which leads to living to work as opposed to working to live.
Mm.
That's right.
Carl, do you know the difference between working to live and living to work?
That's I don't know if I'm not sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not sure.
Okay, that's a brain teaser.
Okay.
The difference is when you're working to live, that means you have a plan, you have a goal, and you're working to get the money to do the thing you want to do. That is different from living to work.
Mm.
Exactly what it sounds like.
That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
You're working to pay bills.
Yeah. You're not doing anything else.
Back in the day, Carl, you might know about this one. Back in the day, the OJs had a song, Living for the Weekend.
Living for the weekend.
At that time, I'm in my 20s, early 30s. That's what I was doing. I was just living for the weekend. All I could think about is the party that weekend.
Yeah. You're not looking ahead.
Not looking ahead at all, and that's where the problem is.
So where do you think we went wrong as a whole, financially?
Too often, people of color, not all, but too often people of color live for today and not for tomorrow. By definition, if you live for today, you're never going to be ready for tomorrow.
That's right.
Even if you make more money than me, the fact that you live today means you're going to spend it you're going to spend most of it.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
going to save some.
Yeah,
Right.
Mama telling boy, you better save something.
Right.
That's right. It's important to save money because you never know when you're going to need it. That emergency day fund that he discussed on that class. You want
Well, Yeah.
You know what? Growing up, my mother always said, because as a kid, and all of this ties together, man, I promise. But as a kid, when you're 6, 7 years old and you're growing up and you see mom and dad or mom and auntie or mom and grandma or granddad going to the store, and you're thinking about, as a kid, you're thinking childish things. Oh, I want candy. Oh, I want chips. Not knowing that at the end of the day,
they might can't afford.
right.
Yeah.
And you know what? Growing up too, I'm gonna say some things tonight. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna say some things. See, growing up, I seen a lot of smoking cigarettes, and I'm sure we all have. We've seen a lot of smoking cigarettes, a lot of smoking weed back in the day. There was the raps where the raps came in the types of different flavors. Well, listen, I know I'm putting people in Boston on. I'm putting on.
He may testify.
Yeah.
We go open the doors of the church and everything.
Yeah.
Come on, testify, son.
There was a lot of those things going on back then, right?
Yeah.
And so they thought that was important. And my mother, she got really upset one day, not knowing, what the actual reason was at the time, but she was like, you know what? Y'all think money just grow on trees.
Hey,
There's an old expression that says money don't grow on trees. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you from the 80s and 90s, you know.
Well, I'm going to get there in a minute.
Okay.
Achieving financial freedom has more to do with you than your income.
Right.
Let me break that down. Somebody asked me about that.
I'm on.
Rakeem said, what does that mean? Brother Speaker, what does that mean? Too often we think it's about income. No, it's about you first.
Yeah.
What do you think about self first? Do you have a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset?
Yeah.
Man.
I would open the door for you to run out of here. 'Cause I'm about to start to step up in here.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
You coming in here late. You coming up in here laying some
I'm
heat.
bring it. They said no filter. I'm
Yeah.
I'll bring it.
Yeah. In abundance.
What that means is, too often, what Carl said was so true. Too often, a lot of times, when Mama said in her frustration, money don't go on trees, she was talking about the bills that she was facing. The problem is, we took that to heart, and then over time, we developed what's called a scarcity mindset. Yeah. A scarcity mindset teaches us that there's not enough. I've got to hold on to whatever I get. So it causes competition and even hoarding.
Yeah.
That is different from an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset says there's enough for everybody.
That's right.
Too often with a scarcity mindset also, all you can talk about is what you don't have. Where an abundance mindset looks at what you do have. To make the transition, we need to practice gratitude.
That's right.
Gratitude, y'all.
Yeah.
Man.
Be thankful for what you have.
Yeah.
William Devon said it best. Be thankful for what you got.
Hey, now,
I'm
be
just
thankful
saying.
for what you got.
That's
Right.
it. That's it. That's it.
Right. That's right.
So when I'm talking about your perception of money and your perception of yourself, particularly thinking about the 80s and 90s, for the most part in communities of color, Rockford, Dorchester, and Mattapan, we saw people wear their money. We grew up with designer clothes, the bling bling, the nice car.
Nothing was different.
Let me stick a pen there. The neighbor got a car.
Yeah.
We thought it was a new car.
Straight
we didn't
up.
know at the time it was a new used car.
Straight up.
We didn't know at the time that they were struggling to make the payments on their car. All we
Straight
thought
up.
was a new car.
Man.
And we thought, wow, they doing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
They weren't.
They have something.
They used to say, keeping up with the Joneses.
Straight up.
It's the worst thing you can do, y'all.
Yeah.
It took me some time to figure that out.
Yeah.
But you figured it out. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what I hear too often? I hear people say, "Oh," and I know I'm about to hurt some feelings, but it needs to be said.
Yeah. Come on.
I hear this too often where women today, they be like, "Man, I like nice things," but here's the problem: nice things cost nice money, ladies.
Yeah.
Hey,
So if you or your partner don't have it, you ain't got it.
You ain't getting that.
You know?
you're
Yeah.
saying something, son.
Uh-huh.
What was we doing not that long ago? What were we in 26?
Yeah.
2020 just came and went.
Yeah.
Y'all spent that whole stimulus package on crabs and seafood.
And some of y'all had the nerve to say, Donald Trump gave me a check. He didn't give you nothing. Donald Trump gave me a check. Boy, what's wrong with you?
What?
Yeah,
What?
Come on.
Man, listen, you coming in here knocking on some people's doors tonight, my man.
The other thing what Carl just hit on is that for some women, they're about things. The problem is, the more things you're about, you cheapen yourself. Hey, if you can be bought with things, come on, y'all.
Right,
Yeah.
If
right.
you can be bought with things, you're bought ready.
Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
And growing up, I've always wondered, how come the bad guys got the prettiest girl?
Nah.
I could never figure that out. But they had a pocket, in some cases, they had a pocket full of money. Now, usually it was $1 wrapped around a 20. But
Yeah.
all I thought was he looked like he had a roll. I didn't know he had
Yo.
10-1 buying that 20.
Yo.
Yeah.
Listen, all the criminals who are on America's Most Wanted top list right now, you know, they hating it right now because, you know, they done did the laundry literally and figuratively, and or they in for fraud, financial fraud, that part, bro.
Right. And the thing was, it was only years later when I realized if he's on the street dealing drugs, he ain't doing much because he's on the street.
Right.
Yeah.
The ones you don't see, them the ones making the money. You're all on the street, but I digress.
Yeah.
Let me get back to my story.
Take your time. We got all the time in the world if we need to. There will be a part 2 to this because y'all gonna learn to put your money where your mouth is.
Hey, now. It's all now. It's all right.
Yeah.
That's what you told me.
Right.
I didn't know I was leaving in the next 5 minutes.
All right, right.
Okay, but let me get back to this.
Yeah.
So sadly, what I'm saying is that too often that scarcity mindset teaches you to think about what you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
That's what keeps you up. That's
Okay.
what keeps you up at night because you're always worried about what you don't have.
Wow.
You begin to chase money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's only when you step back and realize by chasing money, there's never enough money.
Never.
Hello, somebody.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Talk about it.
You get $1, you want 5. You get 5, you want
10.
10.
You want 10?
You get 1,000, you want 10.
Money.
See,
Now, just as a side note, for some of you brothers out there, ain't never enough women. Hey!
wow.
Yeah.
Ain't never enough women, ain't never enough alcohol. Come
Yeah.
on, y'all.
Listen.
We need to have a different yardstick.
Yeah.
Sadly, because we grew up with that money mentality, some of us began to judge ourselves by the money we made.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
That's right. I'm on, Frank.
Ladies, Frank's singing to y'all. He's singing to y'all financially tonight. You know what I'm saying? So hope you're listening.
So we grew up with 2 myths about money. One is living paycheck to paycheck was normal.
No.
And because we started being normal, we just accepted it. We went with the flow. Okay, so I'm all. Because remember, they used to say, you're always going to have bills.
Yeah.
That's not true. But we grew up with that mentality.
Yes.
The problem is, most of the people, the majority, not okay. I've read different statistics. Some say 50%, some say 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. We think it's because of the income. So the man making $30,000 thinks that the man making $50,000 doesn't live paycheck to paycheck. Wrong.
Bro.
The man making 6 figures is still living paycheck to paycheck.
That's right.
Rakeem, how could that be? He's making 6 figures. Why is he still living paycheck to paycheck?
Because he probably accumulated some debts.
Amen.
Yeah.
He's making 6 figures. He wants to look like a baller.
Yeah. He want to spend.
He wants to spend.
Yeah.
So he's making 100,000, but he wants to live like 120,000 or 150,000.
That's how you end up in debt.
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
The other thing that we live with, more money.
More
If I
problems.
made more money, it would solve my problems. If I made more money, I'd be straight. The great philosophical rapper, he taught us, more money, more problems.
Straight up.
Right.
1996.
Hey, now.
Was it 7?
Yeah.
97.
Okay,
Listen.
we got a historian in the crowd here.
Y'all-
And what
y'all-
he meant by
y'all-
that
y'all-
is too often, the more money you make, the more things you want.
Yeah.
So by definition, you are always going to be in debt.
Yeah. If you thinking like that. Yeah.
Ultimately, what we want to do is to build wealth.
Right.
Hey, you didn't hear that.
Come
We're
on.
trying to build wealth, not riches.
Right.
To the point that you could be rich and not wealthy. What?
Yeah.
Rich is the money you make. Wealth is the money your money makes. Hey, somebody.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Wow, not rich. We grew up seeing rich. We saw the bling bling. We saw the fancy cars. Sometimes we saw them outside the projects.
Yeah.
Boy, you can
Listen.
this on the street in Roxbury.
This is the No Filter
He's riding a
podcast.
Hummer and he's parking on the street. Boy, are you crazy?
This is the No Filter podcast. So if you're in debt right now, or you know you only got $5 in your bank, listen, this is a perfect
You need to
episode.
start saving money.
Hey, now.
You need to start saving money.
Hey, Frank, Let me ask you a question, man, because you touched on something that I feel that I can relate to. There was a word that you said in not that long ago, hoarding. Is that a good or bad thing financially?
Bad thing, because too often when you're hoarding, you're squirreling your money. I mean, some of us grew up with a grandmother who had money in the mattress. Or they had money in the Bank of America.
So I'm not crazy, because I literally just said something like that to my grandmother a couple months ago. She laughed at me. Ha 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 ha, honey, you're crazy. You're crazy. Ha ha ha.
No, but there was a reason for that, because back in the day, the 30s and 40s, black people couldn't
go, right? You couldn't go to the bank.
Right. So there was a reason, but again, we took it to another level. We took it to a different extreme. So saving money is good. Well, saving money first and then investing some of that money.
That's right.
So let's touch on this real quick too, because I feel like this doesn't get talked about as much. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know for me, I'm what they call a double P. And that means I'm a penny pincher. Down to the every cent counts.
Amen.
Every dollar counts. Is that even a thing anymore? Do we have any penny pinchers left?
Unfortunately, too often walking down the street, you'll see pennies. You'll see nickels and dimes. They think it's chump change.
Right.
But like you're saying, pennies add up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is good to have a penny jar and a silver jar.
No.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Now, let me ask this, and I promise. What do you think about those people who are like, oh, pennies bring good luck? This is like that superstition type thing.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard of that?
I've heard of that.
What
I
do you
don't believe in it, but yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
So we talked about the two myths. One is that living paycheck to paycheck is normal. The other one is that more money will solve my problems. It won't.
Right.
So what we need to do first is to identify the problem. The problem is living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
We need to understand that if you have a problem, then you have a part in that problem.
That's a symptom. Yeah.
Hey, now,
Yeah.
if you have a problem, you play a part in
that's
that.
a symptom.
We don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, come on.
Sometimes it's just mismanagement of funds.
Yeah.
You didn't handle your money right. Now, I've got to be careful when I say that, because some people will say, I'm not good with money. We need to change that to say, in the past, I have not been good with money, but going forward, I'm going to control my money better.
You have to want. There's a little bit of motivation slash discipline in there somewhere.
You're also gonna have to want it for yourself too.
Right.
And so that's part of the problem. So right now, I'm just identifying the problem. So the problem is living paycheck to paycheck, understanding your part in it. So one is mismanagement of funds. Another one is instant gratification.
Man, what?
What is that? Brother, speaker, break that down for us. What is instant gratification?
You're buying something that makes you feel good.
Yeah, for the moment.
You need it right now. You need it right now.
You need it right now, because for the moment, it makes you feel good. Ladies, I got to talk to you now. And it's true that for some women, not everybody, but some women have clothes in the back of the closet, still have the price tag on it.
Hold up. And you know what? They just went to rainbows.
Yeah.
They went to what's the TJ Maxx?
Yeah.
There's not a Victoria's Secret here in Massachusetts, I don't think. But if you going over there, you going to all three of them stores and you getting your outfits ready for this weekend, girl, let me tell you, you in the hole, honey.
And the point I'm trying to make is men don't do that.
Yeah.
Women can do that. They might have a dress or something in the back of the closet, still have the price tag on it, and wondering why they broke.
Yeah.
As brothers, we don't do that. We ain't got no money.
There's a lot of things as brothers we don't stand up for. Hey, that might have to be another episode, bro.
Yeah, that might be another
Yeah.
Another problem that we have is want versus need.
Come on. Talk about it, Frank.
I got to whisper this. This is a secret, y'all. Too often, we get our wants before our
Confused
needs.
with our needs. Yeah.
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 We get our wants, and then we worry about our needs.
After the fact.
Yeah.
You're walking down the street, you see that thing, that suit, that whatever it is, you find a way to get that. But meanwhile, the light bill, the phone bill, I ain't got no money. And you want to tell everybody, help me with the rent.
Yeah.
I ain't got no money.
And the other thing when I talked about you with the mindset, living for today and not thinking about tomorrow, that was one thing. Another sad thing is growing up, sometimes we internalize the stereotypes. What they said about us.
Went.
Yeah.
Too often when we internalize that. Always reacting and not responding. What is the difference between reacting and responding?
Emotional.
Emotional? Yeah. What else?
You have to be patient and disciplined.
Right.
Right.
In most cases, when you're reacting, you're not thinking.
Yeah.
We were taught someone hits you, you hit it back. That's a reaction. It's not a response. It's only when you get older that you realize. Remember when we were kids, somebody said, fight, fight, fight. We ran to the fight. It's only when we got older, you go the other opposite.
Yeah. That's right, Frank. That's right, Frank. You want to hold, yeah.
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 So the difference, again, is, and a lot of times we develop a reaction mentality because we're living in scarcity mode, because we're living paycheck to paycheck. We spend most of our time just putting out fires.
Yeah.
It has already been said that for most Americans, an emergency of $300 to $400 causes panic. The difference, again, between reacting and responding is with responding, you step back for a minute and think about what your options are. Too often, when you're in survival mode, you don't see options. And finally, this is the big one, y'all. The negative self-talk that we do.
Yeah, doubts. You're doubting yourself.
That's deadly. The negative self-talk that we do. I can't. I won't. Somebody said something in frustration. Mama said something one time in frustration, and you took that for the rest of your life. We need to avoid that. I was impressed when I came in the building and I saw all the positive affirmations around the building.
Right.
So they're saying to these young people, here are some positive affirmations. Remember this. Those affirmations will stand long after the building is gone. Hey, somebody.
Right.
If one kid reads one positive affirmation, that could turn his whole life around.
Yeah. That's right, Frank.
I'm trying to say something now.
Man.
The overall goal of the workshop is not just to improve your finances, but also to improve the quality of your life. They go together hand in hand.
Yeah.
If I can improve my finances, I can improve the quality of my life. Why? Because I've got my finances together, I can start to plan some other things.
Yeah.
The problem was before, living in survival mode, I wasn't thinking about nothing. Because all I could think is what's right in front of me.
That's right.
So, learning how to better manage your money can help you handle debt, plan for retirement, and minimize the stress and anxiety. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to slow down. The problem with survival mode is it happens over time. You don't see it coming. You're so worried about the bills, and that's all you're doing. So at some point, you realize you don't plan nothing. You might see the weekend coming or sometimes even next week, but next month, next year, 5 years,
10 years.
you don't even think about that.
Your next life?
Yeah.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, but what you do today can affect what you're doing
Tomorrow.
10 years
Yeah.
from now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's with any decision too, Frank. Yeah.
Huh?
And that's with any decision as well.
Right.
In any aspect.
Yeah. So that's the problem with survival mode. You're always just putting out fires. I'm going to open it up the conversation to the audience. Are there any questions?
So, what your experience? How long have you started thinking about this, Frank?
Over the last 3 years, so before I retired, that's another thing. Too often, retirement just happens to people because they've been living paycheck to paycheck for so long. There's no planning, and one day they wake up at 65 or older and realize either they have to leave or the job tells them they have to leave.
Yeah,
So too often it happens.
Yeah.
Because they've been living paycheck to paycheck for so long, they go into retirement with that same mentality.
Yeah. They may not have a savings account.
Right, and that's the problem. In the old days, they had a pension. A lot of jobs don't do that anymore. If you don't have a 401 or an IRA or something, Social Security by itself is not going to cut it.
That's right. You need to have some money locked up in an account, a savings account.
Or more than one.
Yeah. Ideally,
More
you
than
want to
one.
have more than one.
Hey,
What I'm talking about is a rainy day fund up to $1,000.
or
beyond
if
that.
right,
Having an emergency fund. So
get you a
here's the short
CD.
answer. The way you move from survival mode to thriving mode is by developing a cushion. That cushion is your savings. Understand, savings by itself will not bring you wealth.
Right.
Savings by itself does not bring wealth. Wealth comes through investment. But first, you have to have a solid financial foundation before you can even think about investments. So I have said a change in your mindset can lead to a change in your assets. Break that down, Rakeem. What does that mean?
Okay, say it again, Frank.
A change in your mindset can lead to a change in your assets.
I'm changing, so you want to get out of survival mode, get into thriving mode, create a budget, and then after you create your budget, you put some money away. You can save up to $1,000 a year if you want, and then over time it will expand. Then you can start thinking about investing in stocks and others.
Now, this one Rochelle wrote down. When the late, great Jesse Jackson said, if my mind can conceive it, and my heart can believe it, my body can achieve it.
Right.
And what he was saying was, if I have an idea that I believe in so much, I can now achieve that idea. Oh, I got to take you out of the church on this one.
Listen.
If my mind can conceive it, and my heart can believe it, then my body can achieve it. Walk with that.
Yeah.
Yo, come on, walk with that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you something to chew on.
Right.
Chew on this.
Right, Frank.
It starts with y'all. It starts with you. There are a lot of things that you cannot control. And we all know somebody who has an excuse for everything. I'm realizing more and more.
Okay.
I'm realizing more and more. Those excuses you make hold you in.
That's right.
Hold you in.
Right.
That's right.
There are things you cannot control. But how you spend your money, that's your control. Unless you're married.
And even then, hey man, listen, y'all gotta have a CD on hand too at some point, man. Because that's another thing. Like, when I start talking about investing and stuff like that, you know, how many people today know about CDs, man? I'm not talking about DVDs, because you know we gotta say that. But if you got a CD, you're doing something right. Yeah. There's too many banks in Massachusetts, between Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire, for y'all cats to not have a CD in place. I'm just saying. Just saying. If we're talking about that investment part.
Yeah, a CD or certificate of deposit is one way to invest. But with that, you've got to be careful because they have different terms, whether it's 3 months.
Yep.
Your money is tied up for that period of time.
Yeah.
So before you get the CD, you first want to establish a good savings account.
That part.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, if you were just tuning in, you're tuning into the... My phone is going crazy. You're tuning into the No Filter Podcast. Hey, I can say that live on camera, right? Yeah. Mr. Somewhere in America has a life outside the podcast. Y'all know, sir. Hey, Frank, man, thank you for coming in, brother. We really appreciate this, man. Hopefully, if folks decide that they want to check this out, that they will be able to take tips from you, my guy, and financially start making some changes, man. You got to put your
That's
money.
my workshop.
That part. Man, talk about your workshop. When is it?
I hope to do another one in September for the walking group. The workshop is 4 weeks, and over that period of time, I want you to walk away with two things. One is a financial plan. The financial plan consists of a budget, a savings plan, a debt repayment plan, and an investment plan. So I want you to walk away with something on paper. What I'm saying is if you follow this plan, you will develop the discipline needed to do other things. The other thing I want you to walk away with is a life plan. I call it a vision statement. Your vision statement answers the question, where do you hope to be within the next 10 to 20 years?
Cali.
That's important because too often we don't think like that, and we go along with the program.
Right.
Nowadays they say, life be lifing.
Wait, hold
That
on.
is the worst thing you can say. Because it says you have no control. Whatever happens, well, I'm just going to roll with it. No, bro, sis, no. You have some control here. No. Get your money right and then work your plan. But life be life, and let's get rid of that, y'all. That ain't helping nobody.
Yeah, so we want to thank Frank for coming on this evening. We really appreciate it. My name's Rakeem Strickland, and I'm the organizer of Family and Friends, Living Healthy, a summer Saturday morning walking group. I always say, always continue to strive and have a positive impact on others. To my right.
Oh, my bad, Mr. Somewhere in America. My bad. I was thinking about that trip to Cali, man. Financially, hey, you know what? That's a really big thing for me, Frank, and I'm actually proud of myself because I am starting to work on something like that. We'll talk about that off the air. And we want to thank Brother Frank Williams for coming on. Listen, quick question: do you have an idea of when that particular date for the workshop is going to be?
Sometime in September.
Sometime? Okay, so
after Labor Day.
Okay, after
second week in September.
Okay, so listen, real quick, give my man a promo plug. Listen, if you were in wherever you're at, right?
Yeah.
You want to come to Boston? You want to come to Massachusetts real quick? Listen, there's Hilton, there's the Ramada, there's the what is that? Damn, there's another hotel I'm thinking of. Listen, just get a room. Come see my man Frank. Come holler at your boy. Frank will get you financially right, which then in turn you will get yourself right. On that note, we about to walk up out of here. I'm about to see if I need to go pay my electric bill because that's a financial thing.
Yeah. And we'll be back for part 2 real soon with Frank.
And we're gonna be back with part 2 because, like I said on the show earlier, you need to put your money where your mouth is. On that note, don't get on my nerves. On that note, we out of here. Holla at you later. Peace.
You are now officially tuned in to the No Filter Podcast. We are the truth.
Watch, right?